Hello everyone, Coping Skills here, back with another reaction and another new artist. Well, kinda new, Tom MacDonald. So, I was exposed to Tom MacDonald a little bit when I did a reaction to Dax singing Soldier featuring Tom MacDonald. This artist has been a popular request, so here we go. And I decided to start with a song that has a lot of mental health relevancy. At least that's what I was told in the comments, but it makes sense because the name of the song is Scars. If you're new to the channel, I'm a licensed mental health counselor in Florida. Started doing reaction videos to try to raise mental health awareness. So if you like the content, please consider subscribing. Maybe leaving a like, comment on the video. It goes a long way. If you really want to support the channel, you can become a channel member or you can buy me a coffee. The link to that is in the description of the video. And that's used just to show support, or if you have a specific request you want to expedite, you can use that to do so. Without further ado, let's get to Tom MacDonald singing Scars.
I don't remember how I got all these scars, but I know I lived a hell of a life. I can't remember how I made it this far, but I know it was a hell of a fight. Could have been some bones in a coffin stone, drinking vodka, locked up with the bros, causing problems, broke at the bottom. You know that I got a lot of marks under these clothes. Should have killed me, somehow I survived. These tattoos
Wow, I was really expecting a rap because in Soldier, when he was a feature on a Dax song that I did, he was rapping. But man, he can sing and he can play the guitar. Multi-talented artist, I was not aware. So that's very cool. And man, the lyrics of this song cut deep, pun intended. But I love that chorus of how the tattoos cover the scars so you can't see them. Whether that's metaphorical or whether it's literal, I'm not sure. Sometimes you get a tattoo to actually cover a scar on the skin. However, I think it's more common in a metaphorical sense, where you might get tattoos to look outwardly like you're tough and that you're not somebody to be messed with, but underneath it there's some insecurities going on that those tattoos are covering up in a metaphorical sense as well. So yeah, beautiful song so far. I really like it. I like how he says, I don't remember where all the scars came from, but I remember it was a hell of a fight. And then he said something along the lines of, it was a hell of a life. So living life means making mistakes, and making mistakes leads to scars. It kind of reminds me of a couple of things. One is, as a parent, it is inevitable that we kind of leave scars on our children. So some of those scars aren't from the life he lived and his choices, but from others around him as well. Now, we want to mitigate all the scars that we leave on our children, but it's inevitable because we're fallible, we make mistakes, and sometimes our kids, they pay the brunt of that. However, if you build that relationship with your children, you can rectify those scars and talk about them later on once you're able to understand them better. And the other thing that it reminded me of was, I remember an old story. It's just kind of a general anecdote where a really successful businessman was asked by somebody doing an interview, how did you learn how to make so many good business decisions? And he kind of thought for a second and then looked back at the interviewer and said, bad decisions. He was able to make all the positive decisions to get him to where he is today as a businessman because he made mistakes, but he learned from them and he grew from them. And just because we have scars doesn't mean that those scars didn't make us tougher, or each one of those scars can be a lesson learned. Beautiful song. I really like it. It has a ton of mental health relevancy, but let's get back to it.
But I know that people wanted me dead. I lost all my friends, was running from the cops. Getting bread was dark in my head. You know that I have seen a lot of things in all of my years, but I'm thankful for this crazy life. Every single scar and every single scrape, every bruise and tattoo along the way tells a little story that I can't explain, because the words escape me but the marks remain. They won't ever fade and they can't be erased. They made me who I am and I am not ashamed. Every bump and scratch and every drop of blood prove how far I've came. These tattoos on my arms hide from you all the scars. These tattoos on my arms hide from you all the scars.
I really like some of the metaphors going on in the video as well. You know, here it's obviously like a plane crash that he's standing inside of. And sometimes the choices that we make, well, we crash and burn. And like I said before, we learn from those mistakes. But then he's also looking at a memory album, a photo album, and the scars are all memories. Some of those are really difficult to unpack, and some of them are really easy to unpack. But the point is that unpacking them is important. When those things happen and we push them down and we just try to, quote unquote, move on, push forward, just keep on trucking, whatever cliche you want to add to it, you don't learn from it that way. You're prone to make the same mistake again. So that's my encouragement to you, is those scars that you've had, that you've pushed down, that you put a mask on, that you put a tattoo over, maybe it's time to look at them a little bit closer, like the memory album, and try to learn something from it. And you don't necessarily need counseling for that. It can help. But find some people that you can talk to, that you can process through, that you trust, you can be vulnerable with, and do the work. That's what mental health is all about. So that's my encouragement to you. Now, from a musical standpoint, I'm really liking this artist because, man, he's rapping with a cadence here, and then he kind of went double time. But the entire time, he alliterates so well and enunciates so well that you can understand him, even when he's rapping fast, which I think is awesome. And one thing that's important for me when talking about rap artists is I enjoy rap, but I really enjoy rap when it can be mixed with some melody and some melodic kind of shifts. When it's just rap the entire time, I can get a little bit lost unless there's a lot of cadence switches and there's kind of layers to it. If it's pretty monotonous, it gets a little bit boring to me. And this is the opposite of that, because he's switching up his cadence a couple of times here, but he's also adding this melodic chorus in there, and that really drives it home for me. So yeah, so far I'm really enjoying Mr. MacDonald. Let's go.
Scars longer than most of my friends. Crashed a couple cars, put some stitches in my legs. Looked up at the stars and all I can say is thanks. Recovery was hard, but it made me who I am. All these ugly battle scars complete me. They're reminders of the demons who tried their best to defeat me. They don't look so good in photos, but my struggles ain't beneath me. And these tattoos ain't for nothing, this is physical graffiti. Every broken bone, all the sticks and stones, and the moments when I felt so alone. Every single tear and like a million beers that I only drank so I could try to cope. Every bloody nose and all the muddy clothes when I was in the dirt down inside a hole. Every single scuff and every single scab made me who I am. These tattoos
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. A lot more than I thought I would. So definitely a pleasant surprise. Seems like a really interesting artist with, needless to say, a lot of stories to tell. So, yeah, I'd like to dig in a little bit deeper. It sounds like he has struggled through some addiction with alcohol and is in recovery, has learned from that. Let me know, what song should I react to next from Tommy Mac here? I don't know what he calls himself, short term nicknames, but anyway, we'll go with Tommy Mac for now. What songs do you just love? Or what songs do you think really speak to raising mental health awareness or deal with difficult mental health topics? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for listening to it with me. It was a jam. I really enjoyed it. Something will probably pop up. You can click on it to keep listening with me. And we will see you on the next one.